So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the LifeWave Triple Three Group Training Call on Thursday, the 7th of December. Guys, can you believe we are sitting in December already? I mean, where did this year go? This year felt like basically a month. Um, those of you that don't know, uh, I celebrated my 1 year anniversary just a week and a half ago. That's how long I've been with Lifeway, for a full 12 months. And my goodness gracious, what a journey, what a ride. This company has completely turned my life around, Lucinda's life around, my family, my friends, all the people on this call. And I just want to say it's an absolute honor to be working with the most amazing people. A lot of us have walked long paths together. We've known each other for many years. And you know what? This is it. This is it. Everything else that we've done up to this point was practice, getting us prepared for where we are now. Because I believe deep down in my heart, you know, a lot of you guys know my story. Um, I wasn't in proper network marketing for a very long time. That's 20 years ago. And then about 4 years ago, I started getting involved in different things that were here today, gone tomorrow. And I'm sure a lot of people can nod their heads. A lot of these fly by night, dodgy things that have, crossed our paths. And, you hear Javi, he says, he was like 1 foot out of the industry. I was sort of done. I thought, nah, I don't want to do network marketing again. If anything does cross my path, there's going to be a checklist. And let me tell you something, that checklist is going to be mean. And when Lifewave did cross my path, it ticked all the boxes. It ticked all the boxes. And one of the biggest things for me, as you guys know, is when I spoke to George, one of the first questions I asked him was, how long has this company been around? And when he said to me, 19 years, I literally jumped for joy because you know what? One word stood out in my head, the word stability. I thought, my goodness, this is a company that's been around for 1 year short of 2 decades, guys. 1 year short of 2 decades. And guess what? We've just hit 39 people on the call. How awesome is that? So I just want to say that this journey has been beyond exciting, beyond exciting. We are just at the beginning. We haven't even got started. I say that this year has been a practice. We've just been kind of finding our feet, getting into the frequency, getting into the culture. And guys, let me tell you something. Leading up where we are right now, flowing from now straight into 2024, we're going to knock this out the ballpark. I don't think the world knows what is coming. I mean, we are literally sitting on something that is going to change the world. And you know what? Mark my words, this is a gut feeling. And I've been around the block, right? I believe in 5 years from now, LifeWave is going to be the biggest network marketing company that this world has ever seen. And you know what? I've actually got goosebumps. Oh my goodness gracious. We are at the beginning. We are at the crest of the wave. All of us right now, we are the pioneers and we are the ones that are going to change this world one person at a time, one patch at a time. And all I can say is that, phew, my excitement, I'm like a dog with two tails, guys. I'm actually vibrating sitting on my chair right now from the excitement. And I just want to say thank you to George for bringing LifeWave to cross my path. It was hard for you in the beginning. I know I wasn't the easiest nut to crack. George had to send me 21 messages, guys. 21 messages before George got my attention for me to look at this properly. So take the nugget out of that. Take the nugget. Okay, guys, 21. That's hectic. It's normally 8 to 12 exposures before you get a person's attention. So when we plant those seeds, guys, don't forget to water the seeds. And it's that gap where people give up. It's that gap from planting those seeds to when those seeds start to sprout, because sometimes it takes a bit of time and we just have to be patient. That's all we have to do. So tonight, we haven't had Javi Solis from New Jersey that we haven't had on the call for a while. And I'm so excited. We've been chatting this week. We've been chatting about a whole lot of different things because, Javi and I, we actually met 4 months ago when we were in the USA. And you know what? When you become part of LifeWave, yes, you become part of a community, but you actually become part of a family. And this is where we are like-minded, like-hearted people that have all got the same goals, the same aspirations, the same vision of how we just want to make a difference in this world. And Harvey, it's an absolute honor to call you my friend. And thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you for everything you do for this team. And thank you for everything you do for everybody. So, Harvey, without any further ado, the floor is yours. Take it away.
You know, Chris, I'm over here cracking up. I'm laughing because what really got you into LifeWave when George said you look like shit. And, and I will never forget that ever. And it wasn't the patch. He would just straight out, you look like pure shit. Talk about prospecting somebody, going raw and telling him the truth. And I'm here laughing about it because it's so true. And you know, it just amazes me. And I just, you know what, guys, everybody that's here, it's been a while since I've been on the Zoom, and the organization is growing. A lot of people are growing, and my time gets shifted everywhere. But it's always good to come back here and look at the growth of this group, and you know, sit back, relax. I just want to have a conversation with everybody. Okay, this is not a formal presentation. This is Javi talking to you, you talking to me. Let's open our hearts, let's be transparent. And it's time to breathe in and say and reflect on where we all started. Okay. And it's a joy to see all these leaders here. It's a joy to see, you know, Presidential Director Beverly here, you know, brand new Senior Presidential Director George, you know, and there's more ranks that are coming here. I'm not going to say, I'm just going to give you a sneak preview of people who are working hard behind the scenes, because that's where it counts. You know, when the doors are closed and people working behind closed doors, that's when everything counts. Not when doing it in front of people, as when people don't see you. And that's where everything counts. And I just want you to sit back, and everybody has been in LifeWave for the time they have been there. Just think back and just think about, you know, where have I started, where I am now. Okay, where's the growth? What happened to me in spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial in my life than I was when I first started? Okay, and if you just started, just think about where you want to be. Okay, because oftentimes people in this business, they don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves that they can actually succeed in this business. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because this world has been so broken that we have been mentally programmed to feel that we're not deserving. Okay. Bless you, Bridget. I saw you sneeze. You know, we feel that we're just not deserving. Okay. I watch everything, guys. I see everything. Remember that. Okay. And we just feel that we're just not deserving. And how do we do that? How do we fix that? It's just rewiring ourselves and saying that, you know what, the world is broken, and whether it's people, whether it's the government, they tell you this is what you need to deserve, this is what you need to, how you need to behave. Out here in New Jersey, we say that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't know how you say it where you are, but this is how we say that here. Okay. I'm going to create the life that I want to live because I feel that I'm deserving. And oftentimes we put ourselves in this box, this self-inflicted box, because of life. Okay. And I'm going to be real with you. Life is not going to be all rainbows and hearts and bunny rabbits. It's not. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because whether it's God, whether it's the energy, whether it's the universe, whatever you want to call it, we ever get, and I want to get interactive here. Okay. I want to get interactive here. I call these things downloads. Okay. Now, with a show of hands, has anybody ever sat in their car driving, or they're exercising? Oh, I got a phone call. I'm sorry, I had to ignore that phone call. Exercising, or they're driving, or they're walking, and they get this download in their brain of a vision of you doing something great. Okay, that's a download that's a download of that was given to you, of a glimpse of what's going to happen to you in the future. We just have to flesh it out. Okay? It's an end in mind. Now listen to me here. That's the end in mind. That's where you were created to be and what you're going to do, the impact that you're going to make. Okay? The process in between, the gap in between, is the preparation. Now, the energy, the universe, God will never tell you the process. Will never tell you the ups and the downs that's going to happen to get to that end in mind. Because if we knew the process, we'd forget about it. I don't want to do it now. Okay. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through this because that's going to help me grow. I don't want to go through this because it's going to break me to my knees. And I have to build myself brick by brick. If we knew what that journey is, we're going to opt out of it. Forget it. I don't want to do it. We will never understand what the end in mind and what it entails to get there. Why? Because as leaders, we need to grow. We need to grow our wisdom. We need to grow our inner health to get there where we want to go, to impact the people that we're supposed to be impacting. Okay. Now, why do I say this? Why do I say this? I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. I say this because, as I said before, we don't trust ourselves because we don't feel we're deserving. We put this in this box when we hit trials and tribulations, or we go through a storm, and the storm that, listen, everybody goes through. There's 46 people here. We're all going to go through storms. That's life. That gives us experience. That gives us wisdom, okay, to prepare us for the next chapter in our life. I've been through many storms. Guys, I shared on some of these Zooms, the storms that I've been to, that it mentally messes you up, that you feel that you're not deserving to live that life of abundance. We were all created to live a life of abundance. We were all created to live life on our own terms, to wake up when our eyes open. However, we were all given free will. Okay? Choices get us to where we want to go. It's not people punish you, the energy punish you, God punish you. We punish ourselves for the choices that we make in life. Okay? I made some bad choices, but I learned from those choices that gave me the wisdom that I have today. You know, how do we begin to trust yourselves? And like Chris told George, it wasn't easy in the beginning. It wasn't supposed to be. He's a senior presidential director today because he went through those nuts and those cracks and because he was willing to do it. It was in the cards. And the same thing for Beverly, and the same thing for Chris, and the same thing for the Romanowski family, the same thing for Sandy. They have shared things with me of obstacles, but they are where they are because of the obstacles they've been through. But we have to be willing. So what happens? It messes with our brain and our way of thinking, that we put ourselves in this box of, we're not deserving, we don't deserve success, we're not able to do it. We put ourselves in that box. And how do we get ourselves out of that box? You know, change things, start doing the small things. That's why I talk about these small wins, okay? So you can start trusting yourself, like groom yourself, read a book, fix your room, eat good food, exercise, so you can start saying to yourself, wow, I can do what I put my mind to. Okay, the vision, the plan, the process, we will never know the process, folks. We will never know the process. We will always know the end in mind. Now, I'll say this with all the love in my heart. I knew the end in mind. One day I had this vision that I was speaking in front of a bunch of other countries. I would be a top rank in a company, but I didn't know I had to go through a lot of stuff to get there. And I really feel it's important that leaders are transparent and leaders are vulnerable, because we become relatable to everybody. Okay. And the one thing I did was I wrote things down. I wrote it down. And as I wrote it down, and it's written, it's biblical. Okay. If you write it down, it will come to pass at its appointed time, no matter how long it takes. But the preparation in between from where we are to where it is, we will have to go through something. Did I know that you know, in my lifetime in network marketing, I've been in 15 years, that I think in my 8th year in network marketing, that my life was going to go into shambles, that I was going to go through a divorce, that my wife did horrible things to me? I had no idea. It broke me to my knees. Did I ask for that? If I knew that was going to happen, I would like, forget about it. I want nothing to do with that. But I understand now why I went through what I went through, because I was stuck. And for me to get to where I wanted to go, I had to go through these storms. But I always knew that every storm runs out of rain. Every storm always runs out of rain. But that I know I was going to go through that. But you know what? Here it goes. After that, I went through a couple of spinal surgeries, and I'm being very open with everybody here. Okay. 2 spinal surgeries. My second spinal surgery, I was done. I did not want to deal with anybody. But I wrote this down. I wrote on a piece of paper the type of business I wanted within the next 5 years, the income that I wanted, the organization that I want, even the next person I wanted to date was a white lady with blonde hair and green eyes. Now, in my last company, my first company that I did business with Stephen Jean and Mike Hernandez, we kind of parted ways because the company got sold to another company. I stood in that other company, but I got out because everything rises and falls on leadership. I got into my next company, but the only reason why I got into the next company, I was speaking at an event, and a person fell at our event. A person fell. No one got up to pick this person up. Nobody. I got off the stage and I walked over there. And I looked at this person and said, "Are you okay?" And when this person looked up at me, it was a female who was white with blonde and green eyes. This is a woman who I'm married to today, Olga. Okay? We will never understand why things happen in our life. That was the missing piece in my puzzle to get me where I am today. I asked for that. Okay? I asked for it. And from there, we built. Okay, so if you're going through something right now, if life is difficult, welcome it. You're going to learn something from that mess. But you know, one of the things that holds us all back is something that's called fear. It's fear. Fear holds everybody back because they feel they're not deserving. They feel they cannot succeed. They feel that, if I speak to somebody and they turn me down, then that's it. You know how many people I speak to on a daily basis? Listen, Beverly and George and Chris and Merle are really reaching milestone ranks in their business because they were willing to go to the suck. They may know their vitamin. Okay. Please understand where you are. That's where you're supposed to be. That's part of the journey. That's part of the end in mind. Okay. Did I say that did I envision myself being a senior presidential director, a top person in the company? Yes. 15 years ago. I did. But I knew that there was a process in between, folks. I knew there was a process in between. That there was something that I had to go through and I had to grow to get to there. Now, have I seen a lot of people here grow in the time that I met them? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen Sandy grow amazing. I seen Merle grow. I seen Bridget grow. George, Beverly. I seen Ashley Romanowski, 21-year-old, for the love of God. And when I first met her, she was lost in the sauce. Okay? But she's a different person now. Why? Because she followed and she became a copycat. And I use that example because one, she's being raised by amazing parents. Okay, Joe and Naloma, amazing parents. What? They sowed a seed in her head, and they did it by an exposure. She had wanted nothing to do with this industry, but they were smart. They exposed her to the right people, to the right atmosphere, to the right resources. Now, when you surround yourself with a bunch of people who are movers and shakers and they want more in life, it's just going to happen to you by 20%. Your behavior is going to change. Now, I use her for an example because you're talking about a girl who did not want to speak. Simple 5-minute conversation, seeing exposure change her way of thinking immediately. She's going to do great things in this profession. I wish I was 21 when I did this. I wish I was. Okay. Where are you right now? Where you're supposed to be. And I speak to you guys in groups oftentimes because I want to give you what I have, which is experience. But I also expect something in return. Your experience. Because that's one thing you have over me also is experience. Don't let the fear of missing out or the fear of that you feel like you're not deserving to make the path in your life wave career or your life wave journey to overcome where you want to go. Please don't do that. Because we're all the same. We're all the same people. I'm no different than anybody here. I just have grit. I just have dreams, and I know what I want, and I'm going to get it at all costs, no matter how long it's going to take. Okay, I'm an SPD today but I'm going harder now than I did when I first started. Why? Because it's my responsibility to get people for where they want to go. It's my job to pour into George. It's my job for George to pour into me. The same thing with Beverly, the same with Chris and all the leaders here, Alexandra from Germany. It's my job to pour into them to make them a better version of them. Why? Because there's people out there that's depending on the better version of you. Listen, let me tell you something right now, Wayne. If LifeWave is on your lap because it's supposed to be there. You asked for something. And I say this over and over again. You asked for something in your life. LifeWave is going to give you what you wanted. What it is, I don't know. Only you know that. When I first met George through Beverly, and that conversation was like midnight, okay? And he told me what he wanted. I remember that conversation clearly. The same thing with Beverly, the same thing with Catherine, the same thing with Carmen, the same thing with Sandy, the same thing with Chris. I listen. I do more of the listening than the talking. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear what they want in life and how I can assist them to get them there. Am I busy? Yes. Am I busy for all of you people? No, I'm not. I'm not. And I have proven that. I have people watch my feet, not my lips. People talk a good game, but I watch people's feet. Okay, there's going to be people who's going to need your time, but the people that they're supposed to have your time are the people who deserve your time. Okay, at the end of the day, you're running a business here. This is a health and wellness business, yes. However, it's all about duplication. It's all about exposure, exposing people to the next thing so they can fall more in love with your business. Okay, I am a master at exposing. Do I need Mike Hernandez? Do I need Steven Gina? Absolutely not. But I want to lead them to something different because I want this person to be thirsty enough to want to drink more so they can want to see more so LifeWave can go from their head to their heart. If you're doing this business and you're keeping it around you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You are. Because this person is not seeing what LifeWave is all about, the possibilities, the open floodgates on how it is on this side of the fence, how it's so much fun on this side of the fence. You're doing, and at the end of the day, this is your business. You do what you want to do. Okay. But there's two advices that Gina and Merritt gave me 15 years ago. Never take successful advice from someone who's never been successful because they can never show you how to be. And never take financial advice from someone who's never been financially successful because they can never show you how to be. So I became a good copycat. And there's a lot of good copycats here. There are a lot of good copycats. But you want to know something, folks? It's all about saying, you know what? Listen, I look myself in the mirror every single day. And I always say to myself, how can I be a better version of me than I was yesterday? How can I contribute? How can I give more? You know, because we were all created, whether it's by God, energy, the universe, whatever you guys believe in, whatever you want to call it, we were all created to do more. It feels great to do more, doesn't it? It feels great to be a better version of you, doesn't it? That's why I want to improve myself every single day. It takes work to build this. But it's so much fun to build it when you're around people who want the same thing that you want. Okay? It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And talking to around people around the world and how many countries we are now, George, 21, 22 countries. I would never thought in my right mind that I would experience that. But you know something? I asked for that years ago. I wrote it down. And it comes to pass at its appointment, at its appointed time. So if you are where you are and you're not where you want to be in your business, it's not because you're not going to get there, because it's not the appointed time. There's something that's missing in your business or in your growth as a leader for you to get to that next step. Talk to your upline about it. They may help you do self-evaluating. Look in the mirror and say, what do I need to do more? And every day I do that, even till today. What more do I need to do to be a better version of me, and how I can be a better leader to everybody else? Because I'm not perfect. I'm an imperfect person in this imperfect world, leading imperfect people. That's what we do here, folks. Okay, there's 45 people on here. Why? Because you guys want more. And you're being led by the actual right people because they just became copycats. I remember when I first met Beverly. No idea. But you know what? I was able to lead. Okay. And it's all happens by one person leading by one person leading by one person. Because it went from Beverly and went from George, and from George it went from Chris, and from Chris, all this happened. It was a divine appointment. Okay. It was a divine appointment. No, I don't know who, and it's all about launching your business. Okay. Launching your business immediately. If you get in and you want to build the business, I suggest that you launch it within the next 48, 72 hours that you get in. Okay. I've never, and I'm going to pick a name here. I never met Wayne Brewis. I never met him. Okay. I meet him now. He's a handsome devil. I had, who sponsored him? They should be launching his business. Okay. I spoke to Catherine and Carmen the other day. Okay. We're going to launch their business. I want to work with everybody here. Am I spreading myself thin? Maybe, but I have this joy of seeing people win, folks. Seeing people win. Merle Westcott, I took her team under my wing for the last 60 days. The growth is outstanding. Now, it's not because of me. I'm just the guy. They did the work. Okay. The same thing with George and his organization. And now Beverly, it's such a joy to see Beverly here again, But guys, and again, listen, this is an open forum. And I want you to talk to me. I want you to ask me questions. I'm not the network marketing Nazi. Okay. I come here to show you love and give you hugs and tell you, hey, everything's going to be okay. I may gut punch you a little bit, but I'm not going to rub you in the back saying everything's going to be okay. That's my job. Okay. So today, Steve and Gina rams on me sometimes. And you want to know something? I accept it because you know what? I want to get to their level. I'm always chasing something. What are you chasing? Is it a dream or is it a wish? A wish is something that we speak of. It never happens. Is it a dream? Is it something that you put on the shelf? What are your financial goals? What is your goals as a person? Maybe there's something that you need to do in your life to get to the next level. Maybe you need to forgive somebody in your life for doing something bad to you. Maybe there's some baggage that you're holding on to that you need to let go. I don't know. You have to ask yourself that question. Or maybe I need to raise my leadership lit from level 1 to level 2 or to level 3. Speak to the person who sponsors your immediate active upline and say, hey, how can I prove me? And normally when people talk to me, I just ask simple questions. I ask 1 or 2 questions, then I listen, and then I'll get the resolution as I speak to them. This is what I think you need to do. Okay. I did this. Chris and I had an hour conversation just the other day. And you know what? We have pretty much similar stories, believe it or not, but fear is everything. A lot of people live in fear, and you know what? Some people are going to miss out because of this thing called fear. And don't let it dominate you. Don't let it control you. It's not real. Fear is not real. Pain is real. Noise is real. Fear is not real. It's something that we put in our brain. Person, listen, if you're afraid of talking to that person, that's the person you should be talking to be honest. But I want to open it up, guys. Just feel free to talk to me. I'm okay with being vulnerable and transparent with anybody here. No news is good news, I must say.
Put your hand up and I will unmute you and you can chat to Javi. I was thinking about what you were saying now, Javi. If you being around leaders, it's like sitting in a barber shop. If you sit in a barber shop for long enough, you're bound to get a haircut. And looking at Javi's hair, I think a haircut that just requires just a blade and a couple of moves and a bit of shaving cream, and you're done.
Hey, I choose to be bald.
Joe, I see you had your hand up. There we go.
Yeah, not really a question, but I've been in sales for 32 plus years already. And my philosophy has always been every obstacle I come across is an opportunity. And that's one of the rules I always live by. Don't let it get to you. Just look at it as an opportunity and figure out how to go around it.
Right. Until today, there's obstacles that I go through, but a lot of people will drown in it. I normally face my obstacles and I keep it moving. I never keep my eye off the prize. Guys, was it an easy journey for me? No, it wasn't. A lot of people look at the end in mind. They don't look at and what's happening in between or behind closed doors for people to get to where they are, you know. And it wasn't an easy nut to crack, you know. As Chris said about George, I knew the obstacles he went to. I knew the obstacles Chris went through. You know, I want to, and I'm gonna pick on some people here as well. And why do I do this? Because I want to take you out of this place called the comfort zone. Okay. I want to take you out of that because I want you to see something about you that I see outside of that picture frame. So I challenge people. I let people think. Okay. I challenged Ashley when I spoke with her. I challenged her bad that she didn't know what to say to me. She can never come to me with an excuse. I will come back at her. Why? Because I want her to grow. That's my job as a mentor, as a business partner, to know that the possibilities in life, no matter what age you are, no matter what color you are, if you have hair, you don't have hair, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're all deserving. And I need you to start believing and start speaking that you are deserving to be successful. Guys, there was at some point that I hated life. I hated because I thought life let me down. I'm being honest with everybody here. But I asked God one day, I asked him, hide me until the world was ready to see me again. And he did just that. Because I had to learn myself, evaluate myself, because I couldn't give something I didn't have. But that obstacle that I went through brought me to where I am today. We will never understand why we're here, why we go through the things that we go through, you know, going through bad things. Oh, I did this network and I did this crypto and I did this and I did that. You're supposed to go through that. So you could understand life is all about decisions and who you surround yourself with. Okay. If you surround yourself around dogs, you're going to get fleas. That's simple. If you surround yourself around winners, you're going to win. I can promise you that. I promise you. I promise you. Okay. I've dealt with Chris's group. I worked with Chris's group. I worked with Sandy's group. Why? Because I utterly love to see people win. I've done calls at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I may get an average of 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. Why? It's an obsession for me to see people win. George sometimes said, you know, you need to go to sleep. Listen, I'll sleep when I die. Entrepreneurs take naps. Okay. They don't sleep. I take a lot of naps. But you know why? Listen, and it's really important, and I'm going to teach you something right now. I put life in files. Emergency, important, not so important. Okay. What's an emergency? Seeing this team grow, helping people go manager, helping them on the income goals. Okay. That's an emergency. What's important? Doing trainings and teaching just like this. What's not important? People who suck the life out of you and don't do anything. People coach you with a non-income producing activity. That's not important. I will eventually get to that. But what's my goal is to help someone go executive director, someone go senior director, someone to win. Okay. There's someone here. Okay. And that earned 130,000 Rand this past month. That's a lot of money. But that person was deserving. I'm not going to mention any names. That person was deserving. Why? Because that person did the work. That person went down in the organization and created managers. And why? What happens? What happens? You want, and ask yourself, there's not a right or wrong answer here. What level leadership are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you a 5? Are you a 6? Are you a 7? This person said that they were a 5 at one point. I want to get to a level 8, Javi. So what I told them, this is what you need to exactly do. And their level of leadership grew. Your leadership, your business will never outgrow your level of leadership. If you're going down and you're helping people go manager and be intentional about it, your business is going to grow, and your financial anxieties, as George says, will come to a minimum. It will. But please plug your people in. Don't be that know-it-all person. Till today, I still learn. Stephen, Gene, and Mike talk. I stay quiet and I listen because there's something I always want to learn. Expose your people to your upline, to your sponsor. Let them love what you have. Let them understand that you have people around you that utterly want them to win. I said when I started this team, I am going to bring the network marketing, the aspects of network marketing back, which is community, which is love, integrity, joy. Everyone here has a voice. This is not the Chris Hathick show. This is not the George show. Everyone here has a voice. Everyone here is going to talk. Everyone here is going to present, and everyone here is going to teach at their timing. Please understand, get yourself out of that box and say, you know what, I am deserving to do something like this. I'm no different than anybody here. I'm not. But I got tired of losing. I did. I lost a lot in life by bad choices that I made. But when I surrounded myself with people who wanted to win, who wanted to invest in me, life started to change. When I started doing the small things, started making my bed, started exercising, eating right food, reading a book, because I trusted myself that I was able to, that I can be successful. Because as you notice, those are things that I did. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret, the pain of discipline of reading a book, doing things that are hard, as opposed to the pain of regret. If everybody here, there's 44 people here, okay? There's 44 people here. It was a discipline to come here today. I applaud you because you want more. You want to learn more. But the pain of regret was there's probably something that could have been told on a Zoom call if you decided not to be in a Zoom call that could have elevated your business from here to here. You know, as an SPD, I have to go harder now, especially now to the holidays. Where do you want to be in 2024? Think about what you achieved in 2023. That's a big deal. Whether you went manager or director in 2023, that is a big deal. That's a big win. Because let me tell you something, folks, not everybody can hit manager or director if they don't do it the right way. Not everybody can do it. That's why you can't just do this business with just anybody. People do business with people who they know, like, and trust. You know? But again, with me, it wasn't an easy road for me, but I was willing to go through all of that because I knew what my end in mind was. It was downloaded in my brain, and I knew I was going to get there. I just had to go through some stuff. The question is, are you willing to go through that stuff? Are you willing to go through the no's? Are you willing for people to join your business? They're going to say they're going to quit because they just can't take the no's. Are you willing to go through that? It happens to everybody. I'm no different than anyone. I get no's all the time, but it doesn't take me away from where I want to go. It doesn't whatsoever. Why? Because I have confidence in my product, I have confidence in my leadership, and I have confidence in the company. And I know where the company is going. I see a C here executive, a C here. Ashley will be the youngest executive in all of LifeWave. She will be. She will be. I'm just manifesting that right now. Okay. Catherine will dominate out in Florida, in Arizona, her area. Okay. Sandy will be an executive. Merle, just about there. I am throwing this out there. Alexandra will be a presidential director in Germany. Hands down. I am throwing it out there. But do you believe it? That's the question. I believed it from day one.
Absolutely.
I believed it from day one. When one can do it, so can many can do it. Okay? One man can do it. I'm going to ask, before I ask George to come, I'm going to ask Merle to pop onto this. And Merle, I want you to speak about your growth. It's impeccable what's happening. I'm not doing this to show Merle off. It's the point, because I did this with Sandy back when she was growing. I'm doing with Merle now. Okay. What was the difference, the pinnacle of your difference of your business within the last 60 days?
Making managers, going down into the D and making managers, even if they're not my first line, even if they my fifth line, my sixth line, finding those people who want to do what I'm doing.
Look how simple that is. She didn't say help people go executive, go presidential, go senior presidential. It's just make managers. If you're a manager today and you have 4 or 6 people in your group, go down to that group and identify someone who wants to go manager. and we can work from there. Don't overcomplicate it. Just be a manager making machine. If you have a business and you did it the wrong way, you decided to do things yourself, press the restart button. It's okay to press the restart button. And that's one of the things why we're here today. We're pressing the restart button. Where do I want to start in 2024? But you don't wait to 2024 to start. You do it now. You got to push hard now so you can go into 2024 with that momentum. It's like somebody that says, January 1st, I'm going to start going to the gym. 2 weeks later, they quit. Happens here in the US all the time. I'm going to join the gym January 1st because I want to lose weight. 2 weeks later, they quit the gym membership. Okay, that's very big over here. Happens all the time. But you want to know something? I don't want that to happen to this group. I want you to go into 2024. This is what I want. The small wins, folks. Forget about the big wins. The small wins you're gonna start trusting yourself to get the big wins. Okay. When George started as a manager. 1 year later, he wrote it down and he spoke about it. I will be an SPD by Christmas. He did it. But he put the time in. He put the work in. You can't go to the gym and expect a six-pack in 2 weeks. Okay? I thought that we can do that. Wrong. I like pizza. Okay? I spoke to Merle about that all the time. Javi, you want that? You got to stop with the pizza all the time. I like pizza. But I got to work with that. I got to work that part of me. But listen, folks, I wanted to come here and share my heart. I don't want to talk teaching. I don't want to talk business. I want to talk to you personally. Why are you here? Why did you say yes to LifeWave? Ask yourself that right now, next 5 seconds. Why did you say yes to LifeWave? Why did you say yes? You're going to tell the world, you're going to figure it out later. You saw a presentation, something impacted you in that presentation. Why? You know the answer to that. But there's something that comes with it. Sacrifice. If you do the things that are easy, your life is going to be hard, folks. But if you do the things that are hard, your life is going to be easy. Both is hard. Choose your hard. I'd rather do things that are hard, so my life can be easy. First George, then Beverly. George, 1 minute, man. Just talk about your journey. 1 minute.
My journey, just do it every day, basically. If that's what you want me to talk about, as John Maxwell said, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. And like Joe was talking about obstacles, turn them around. I had a person in my first line, and she says to me, that person said it's a scam and it's a this and a that, and it was the first person she invited. So I said, let's see if we can turn that around. I translated Chris's mother's fibromyalgia story to Spanish, had that given to her. I got her to speak with somebody for 5 minutes. She came in as blonde. A week later, she was in a gold pack. Turn it around. I've had some amazing no's. Amazing no's. Don't let any of that bother you. Just
awesome.
Keep going.
Guys,
keep going.
Now on, take a piece of paper. Do this if you want. Take a piece of paper. Write it down as it already happened. As it already happened. At its appointed time, I'm telling you it will come to pass. It's biblical. Habakkuk 2:2, if you want to look it up. It's biblical. Write it down as it already happened. I did it. I wrote it down. So did Chris, so did George, so did Merle. Okay? Write it down as it already has happened. This is where I'm going to go. This is where I'm going to be. This is the time frame. Now do the small actions to get there, the small things. Forget about, just go manager. If you're not, who's not a manager here yet? Raise your hand. Who is not a manager? Okay. As person who raised their hand, talk to your sponsor and say, I need to launch my business. And if you don't have an active upline sponsor, You go to the next person, and you go to the next person. It'll end up leading to Sandy, leading to Merle, leading to Chris, leading to George, leading to Beverly. Launch your business. Launch it. Put a date on it. Stop wasting time. Stop thinking. Stop trying to get all the information to sound like David Schmidt. We're not David Schmidt. That's his job. That's his job. Okay? Don't ask me to talk about how a nano crystal was created. I'm not going to give you the right answer. I'm going to say, talk to David. But this patch changed the life and the course of my son. That's what it did. That's why I'm here. Hey, can you put the patch? Don't ask me silly questions. It changed the life of my son. That's why I'm here. It can change the life of yours too. Just put it on. Let it do the work. If you're not a manager today, talk to your sponsor and tell them to launch your business. If nobody wants to help you, message me and I'll launch your business myself. That's not going to happen. That's not the culture that we created here, folks. That's not the culture. We have amazing leadership on this team. Why? Because I said, this is what's going to happen. I told George, I want everybody to lead, George. I told Chris, I want everybody to lead, Chris. And everybody has been leading in a fantastic way. Launch your business. People in Merle's team, they go to her, I want to launch my business. Launch, 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 launch. The same thing with Sandy. The same thing with the Romanowskis. The same thing in Germany, Alexandra. George has been leading that team impeccable in an impeccable way. If you're a manager here, raise your hand. If you are a manager. Okay. Plan to go director. Pick two people. You ask two people who here wants to go manager. They're going to raise their hand. I'm telling you, leaders will identify themselves. Or you will identify them and you help them go manager. Guess what? You go director. Don't overcomplicate this. I'm telling you. Manager, speak to the people who listen. People will do business with people who they know, like, and trust. I'm telling you, if you resolve somebody's problem, they will say yes. They will close themselves. They will close themselves. Thank you, Beverly, for saying yes. Thank you, George, for saying yes. Thank you, George, for telling Chris that he looks like shit. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, George, for pouring into Sandy and pouring into Merle and pouring into Catherine, pouring into the Romanowski family. Thank you. Thank you, Alexander, for saying yes to make the difference in Germany. Thank you. I'm humbly saying this because I love to see people win. Thank you, Evelyn, for getting on this call. Thank you, Ashley, for being a 21-year-old rock star for saying yes. Welcome back, Bridget, for a little hiatus that you have. Welcome back, because you knew where you belong. I noticed everything, Bridget. Everything. Guys, say yes, tell her we'll figure it out. Let's have fun doing this. Isn't this fun? There's 45 people in this call. No one has got off because there's value here, folks. I'm not coming here with no hype. I don't believe in hype. I speak through passion. People tell me, Javi, you're so intense. Tone it down. Then shut up. Then don't talk to me. Get off the Zoom. Because I speak through pain. I speak through passion. I speak through experience. People will appreciate that. I don't come in and put rah-rah with pom-poms in a tutu. No, that's not who Javi is. Let me help you with your financial anxieties. Let me help you. Let me help your kid if he has autism. Let me help you make 130,000 Rand. When Sandy told me that, I lost my noggin. When she told me this is what people get in South Africa, I said, oh, shut up. We got to change that right now. We got to help people change the way they think. Leon, I hope I said that right, bro. I'm sorry. But you know something? You're deserving too. Where's Wilson? Wilson, you got to stop. That's all I got to say. I notice everything. And I love each and every one of you to tell you the truth. Each and every one to tell you the truth. Look at that handsome devil, Lion. Okay, look at that smile. Come on. That smile will magnetize anybody to get into business with you. And I'm talking straight from the heart here. Launch your business. If no one can help you, reach out to me. I'll help you launch your business. Listen, my Spanish improved here. It was horrible. It's improved with my Mexico team. I can speak Spanish now. Reach out to me. It's okay. George will back me up. Anyone has any questions? Don't you notice something, folks?
So
I remember that started with two. Look what's happening here, guys. Leader backed by leader, backed by leader, backed by leader. You build the person will build the business. It just happens. It's the number. It's just the ratio, the laws of averages. You build the person will build the business. I am proud of Beverly. I am proud of George. I am proud of Naomi, even though she's laying there comfortably. I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of everybody. And I'm saying with the greatness of my heart, humble. Thank you for being you. Now show people the better version of you. Silence is not a bad thing. There's something that I said that inspired you to say, you know what? I am going to go tomorrow and do something in my business and put my thing forward. But stop being inspired and start doing the inspiring, people. Inspire people. Stop being inspired. I need to be inspired to do something. That's motivation. You get motivated to go to the gym. I get motivated to eat a chicken pizza, to eat a nice donut. But I get inspired to come here to tell everybody here that you're so deserving. I do. January 13th is the virtual conference, a 10-hour training that we have to fly out to Florida to perform for you so you can build your business. I strongly suggest people they get together with your team. That's where the glue happens. When people are together and they watch it together, that's where the magic happens. Watch it together with your team. Don't watch it by yourself. If you can watch it with somebody, watch it with somebody. Anyway, folks, I gotta go, Chris.
I got to go too. We got the German call now.
Javi. Oh, wow. Thank you. I think everybody needed to hear this. I think the timing was absolutely impeccable. And Javi and I were on the call. It was close on an hour and a half. It was 12 o'clock in the evening, my side, going into 1:30 in the morning. And we had a good talk. You talk about you get to a certain point and you get a bit stuck with certain things. People look at me and they think, "Oh, Chris, you got everything together. You've been running this for a year," and I've made a couple of mistakes right in the beginning because I didn't understand how the comp plan worked, and it's costing me now. But you know what? I'm just unraveling some of the mistakes that I made, and I find myself hitting a little bit of a wall. I'm human as well. And that's why I spoke to Javi for an hour and a half, and he gave me a bit of perspective of what I need to do. So this is just so amazing. This is what happens when you surround yourself with the leaders that we have. What Javi was saying right at the beginning, we tend to put ourselves in silos, and we tend to try and run this and do it on our own. And all we got to do is got to reach up. There's a saying in network marketing: when you're down, call up. When you're up, call down. And I didn't do it. Because I was always the one that I'm up. And then you've got the support structure above, and that's what we're here for, guys. We're here to help you. We're here to help you launch your business. And as Javi said, we just got to be manager making machines. And the important thing is writing it down. But check here, guys. I mean, I've been writing notes the whole time. It's like so important, and just implementing it. So, George, you want to talk about what's coming up quickly?
Yeah, because I got to go in 1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
Yeah, I got to go in 1 minute. We have Alexandra Noel, who's from corporate. I was with him, and Beverly was with him in Barcelona the other day. We had an event with 40 people, and we have Managers Academy next Tuesday and next Thursday. So the first call, he will be speaking, and that's very interesting for us to listen to corporate people talking, because they give a different perspective on the whole Lifeway business. It's very interesting. The first time I heard all of those things, I was very pleased to hear them. So I encourage you all to get on that call on Tuesday, and there's another one on Thursday, which will be a bit more interactive. And I've got to go now.
Thanks, George.
Chris. See ya.
Okay. See you, George.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, before we close off, I know that Wayne had his hand up right in the beginning. So I'm going to ask Wayne to quickly say something. I asked you to unmute.
Hi, Chris. Thanks so much. I wanted to say thanks to Javi. He actually got my surname right, which surprised me that an American got an Afrikaans surname so correct the first time. But the other thing that he did say, he said, he's yet to take us out of our comfort zones. And I must be honest, that is something that always frightened me and wasn't something I liked to hear. But somebody who mentored me said to me, let's not look at it in the negative of taking you out of your comfort zone, just expand your boundaries and to a greater life that you're looking for. So maybe there's somebody on here that can just take that, and if you, like me, where the idea of going out of your comfort zone scares you, have a look at it as not going out of your comfort zone, but just expanding your boundaries to a greater and a better life. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Awesome. I couldn't agree with you more, Wayne, getting out of your comfort zone. That's one of the biggest things, that the shift that we have to make with people is we've got to help people have that complete paradigm shift and see the bigger picture. And that's the biggest thing, is getting people out of the comfort zones. So we're just about to go off, and then I remember Javi said Beverly as well. So we're just going to let Beverly. Now Beverly is our line of sponsorship, our upline. So Beverly, so awesome to have you on the call. And then we'll finish off now. Here we go, Beverly. I've just asked you to unmute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Hi, Chris. I'd just like to say something that Joe mentioned, is that every obstacle is an opportunity, and to take advantage of that. I've been laid up at home for just over a month now. I hurt my knee, and I was collaborating with the event in Barcelona, and I didn't know how to make it, if I was going to get there. But I was sure that nothing was going to stop me. So I had my tickets delivered, my air flight tickets delivered to the house. The guy from the agency, he organized all the transport for me to get to the airport, and I needed a wheelchair. I had my walking stick to go to Barcelona. I had amazing VIP treatment where they took me in a wheelchair first of all, then a buggy, and they took me in an elevated lorry right out to the plane. And I was the first into the plane, in the side of the plane where the people don't normally go in. So I had absolutely amazing VIP treatment. Nothing was going to stop me from getting to Barcelona, to be there with all the passion that we're all feeling regarding what's happening with Lifeway. This is one of the most amazing things that's happened to me in my life as well. I'm so focused on what I want to do and where I want to go. I'm so thankful for the person that invited me, whose name is Mick Wirtz. He's in Florida. And that all the amazing work that Chris is doing, and I've seen his struggle from before, and what he's achieving now is just mind-blowing. So any obstacle is an opportunity. So I've taken that opportunity or that obstacle and changed it round. So just going inside to find out why everything was happening to me, to make changes and go forward. So nothing's going to stop me from going forward. And I applaud you all to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Beverly. And thank you for saying yes. Because you know what? In closing off, we've all heard the saying, opportunities cross a person's path to maybe 3 times in your lifetime. But when I say opportunities, I'm not talking about, you heard the word opportunity. I'm talking about life-changing opportunities. 2, maybe 3 times, if you're lucky, crosses your path in your lifetime. And guys, I believe deep down in my heart and in my soul that everything we've done up to this point has just been preparing us. And we had to learn certain lessons. We had to learn certain skills to get to where we are, because I believe that this is it. And like I said right in the beginning, trust me, LifeWave is going to be the biggest network marketing company in 5 years' time, the biggest network marketing company that this world has ever seen. And that's because we have a company that is built on integrity and honesty. And the person by the name of David Schmidt, the CEO and founder of LifeWave, he's a person that he just wants to make a difference in this world. And when he says he wants to get LifeWave into 1 billion homes, we will get LifeWave into 1 billion homes, and we're going to help people on every single level, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. So guys, from my side, thank you for taking the time out. I hope you all got something out of this evening. I know I have. I'm going to go through my list of notes, and yeah, just let's all have an absolute amazing finish off of this year leading into 2024. So my side, good night. God bless. Look after yourselves. See you all on the groups, on the Zoom calls. Love you all. Bye, everybody. Sending you love. Bye, everybody.